idea. I don't fucking know anything about football.
Oh.
That's what you're here for.
Well, that's what we're all here for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Banner Report podcast starring Cody and Steve. Jacob out sick with whatever the hell's going around. I'm coming off of it. I finally feel like a human being today, not being sick. Steve sounds like he's still got the suds. I don't know. How do you feel, Steve?
Feel better. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Last week I was fucking dying.
Me too.
I think I had the flu or something. I had my fever broke. I was the hottest I've ever been. I took the blanket off. I was the coldest I've ever been, and I did that for fucking 8 hours while trying to sleep and in pain. And I spent the whole fucking Memorial Day weekend in bed. It was great.
Me too. And when I didn't spend it in bed, I was working. So that's sick.
Wish I fucking worked on Memorial Day. Fucking the rest of my week wouldn't be so fucked.
Normally I'd be watching, the New England the Boston Celtics, but now I guess I'll just be waiting for the New England Patriots and watching other teams revel in
New England Revolution, baby. Let's go.
No. Definitely not going to watch the Red Sox. I can tell you that. Not until Roman Anthony gets called up.
Revolution games are actually fucking sick. I went to a Revolution game at Gillette, and it was actually really fun. And it's not expensive, and you can get fucking beers. But, I mean, I can't imagine. I wouldn't tune in to watch soccer on TV. That's just boring.
I got into the EPL pretty heavy a year or two back, and I sort of tapered off. If I'm going to watch soccer, I'm going to watch good soccer, probably not MLS stuff. So,
well, in person, you're not going to be able to get any really good soccer in fucking America.
That's not true. World Cup coming here next year, baby.
All right. And the best teams are from not America.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't have to, but they'll be playing in goddamn Gillette.
Holy fuck, that's going to be a shit show. I'm so glad that I don't have any fucking accounts down there that I have to worry about.
You remember how when the Boston was trying to make a bid for the Olympics?
And everybody was shitting their pants about it and didn't want it.
That would have been a nightmare.
Which is going to be just as fucking bad.
Yeah, but they're, I don't know. I feel like they're not going to play the big games here, Like, they'll play a few friendlies, I think, or I don't even know how it's going to go. I haven't really paid attention, but
is the World Cup just going to be in just the U.S., all of the U.S., or
all over North America? I think so. I think it's going to be played in Mexico City too.
Oh, they'll do one in L.A. where the Galaxy play. I'm sure.
SoFi Stadium, absolutely, they're going to play there.
That'll be huge.
Yeah,
I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm surprised Ballmer didn't try and build another fucking arena just for that.
I mean, Bob Kraft is building another soccer stadium right by the Encore Casino. I don't think it'll be done in time, even remotely in time for the World Cup, but he's building another stadium but in goddamn Reading or wherever the hell, Everett.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb. I don't know why you'd ever build a soccer stadium over there.
I get why you build another stadium, especially close to the city. It's just because, I mean, it's the Patriots are one of the only teams in sports where their team is not where they're not in the main city.
Yeah, but I mean, put a fucking basketball stadium over there. The Celtics fucking have their own thing.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like a rumor with what's going on with the new purchase. Are we going to re-up with the Jacobs or whatever the hell the name, the Bruins owners, to play in a stadium that's 10 years past its even remotely prime? I mean,
it's tough because you're comparing it to other stadiums that have all recently been redone. I mean, the Garden's fine. I mean, it's not fucking the Clippers' new arena, but it's fine.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. The issue is that the ownership has to pay the Jacobs to play there.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Or it's revenue share.
They don't own where they play, which is how teams make so much money because they own where they play. That's the only way the Lakers ownership makes money, because they don't own anything else other than the Lakers. They're not like Ballmer, who owns Microsoft, or now we got an Indian steel billionaire that's investing in the Celtics now too.
Yeah, which is nice. $1 billion influx of cash. That's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wary of it. I mean, he's not. I don't know how big of a basketball fan he is, or if he just wants investment in money.
Who cares either way?
Well, if you want to be look at it as an investment of money, then you're going to start cutting everybody and just try and cut all the salaries and make as much money as you can on a cheap one and not pay the luxury tax, which is not how you win in today's NBA.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, he's giving them a cash influx. He's not being like, he's not buying in for a
Oh, he's buying in.
conservative. No, not for a conservative amount. He's giving them $1 billion, which
Yeah,
is literally a sixth of the team. Like it's
if
not
I'm
a
giving you a
conservative
billion
amount.
dollars, I want to see a return on that investment, and I don't want to be paying into the luxury tax $500 million.
He's not. He's going to be paying a portion of that as a minority owner, and also
But he's going to be like one of the majority owners at $1 billion by himself. So the
he
rest of
can't
these
be a majority.
minority
There's
owners
one majority owner.
the rest of the minority owners are all like different companies. So they're all those people are kicking in. But
They're
he's by
not.
himself on his part that he has to kick in.
I just disagree. I don't think the $1 billion influx means he's going to come in and be like, "Hey, we need to cut bait here." I don't. I don't think so. I mean, I really hope I'm right. No
Right
offense to
too, but
you.
I hope you're right too. I'm just wary of it. I mean, whenever I see an investment fund guy who doesn't have ties to the team, that always worries me.
I mean, but that's every ownership group now.
A lot of them have investments in the team, like the bosses have owned the Lakers forever, so they're invested in them winning.
Okay,
Um, Bomber was always a Clippers fan, so he bought the Clippers. Now
was he always a Clippers fan?
I mean, enough of a Clippers fan to build him a whole new arena that he didn't have to do
Yeah, post ownership.
after he bought him. And then
Yeah,
you got Bill Chisholm, the guy who's leading the buying of the Celtics. He's a Celtics fan, lifer.
like that.
I mean, look at what fucking John Henry's doing to the fucking Red Sox and shit. Like he's gutting them and fucking just trying to make money off of them.
Well, he made them into you know a 4-time winning franchise in 20 years,
Yeah,
and he made them one of the most prop for a team that can't literally has to play in a stadium built 100 years ago. He's made them one of the most expensive franchises in the league. He's
yeah.
also done fucking fantastic with Liverpool, who
He
just
owns
won
the
their last champions, by the way.
Penguins too.
Yeah, they're gonna the Fenway Sports Ownership Group's gonna own like pieces of everything. I don't know. We're getting off base here. I think a lot of the ownership has nothing to do with like they were lifelong. I mean, maybe I don't know.
I mean,
I
what about
just I
Kraft? Where did Kraft come from? I don't know. You tell me.
paper.
Well,
He
yeah,
was like a paper mill family.
but was he like a big football fan? Did he want like the Patriots to be the organization and win?
Well, yes, he most importantly wanted to keep them here. They were going to move to like fucking Hartford or something. Like there were the Sullivans or whoever owned them before that wanted to move the Patriots out of Massachusetts, and he bought them and kept them here.
Yeah, so it's another owner who loves the team and wants the team to win, doesn't care about the money.
I
Money's
mean,
helpful. The money doesn't hurt. If you win, you make more money. But if things turn a little bit sideways and I have $1 billion invested in a company, I'm going to want to see a little bit of a return on that and not want to pay taxes every year on a losing investment.
I think that a lot of these guys who buy ownership into sports franchises realize they're buying in for a limited amount of time because the asset is always going to go up. It's
Right.
you literally you 10x your investment in a decade because everything goes up. The revenue share, everything goes up. Like the how much did what's his name Wick buy the Celtics for?
It
Do
was
we
like
remember?
I think it was like $1 or $2 billion, something like that.
And he sold it. He just sold it for what 6.5.
Yeah, well, I think his dad bought it, and I think that when his dad bought it, I think it was like $500 million, something like that. But that was also his dad bought it in like the fucking like '70s, so $500 million back then was like three or four now.
Yeah, but that's still doubling your investment. That's
I'm
like
still right. I'm not going to argue with like his investment was a good one, but look at how successful the team has been.
I mean, we won 2 championships in their ownership.
You know, we've always been relevant every year since then. And the only
I
reason
mean,
why,
we certainly weren't in the '90s.
well, we would have been relevant in the '90s if Reggie Lewis and Len Bias didn't die. But
Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
it's what it is. I mean, this team's always been relevant. It's always been. It's a one of the top franchises in the league. It's got the most championships in the league, so it's always going to sell for a big profit. You're not selling the Utah Jazz here.
No, but even then, that's like the ownership for the Utah Jazz is definitely gonna like make double, at least double their investment when they sell it.
Yeah, all these leagues are going through the roof with streaming and all the advertising that can be put into all this now. Like it's all going through the roof
And the Jazz have been a miserable franchise for uh, since the fucking
since the
'80s,
'90s,
'90s, yeah.
since the 2000s, I should say, because I think in the late '90s that was when they were making finals runs.
And then Donovan Mitchell came in for a brief spark there, but
Mr. Rudy Gobert, but I mean, yeah, their return on investment 20 years later is going to be good, but you want to see a return on investment every year. And if your return on investment every year is in the red, you're not going to be happy about paying through the nose on a tax when your team's losing and you're not looking at an investment. Especially because if you're looking at these teams that really make a shitload of profit, those are successful teams when they get sold.
which
Like
the
the
Celtics
Clippers.
will not be if you cut bait.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So like if I'm gonna cut if I want to make my money, then I need to have a winning organization. If I have a losing organization and I'm paying through the nose in taxes, I'm going to cut that, try and cut corners and try and make money other ways.
Uh, I think we're thinking a little too deep on
As
this,
long as he's not making the majority of the decisions, as long as it's Billy Chisholm making the majority of the decisions,
which it will be.
then I think we're going to be all right. I mean, you see him cursing out fucking refs in the playoffs, which I fucking love to see that. But no, I'm just worried about the new guy.
It's really interesting that you could turn getting $1 billion influx of cash being turn that into a bad thing.
That's a
But
bad thing. Still a good thing. $1 billion is $1 billion. I'm never going to take my nose at $1 billion, but you're just looking at the long term effects of it and what this could mean for the organization if this guy's making decisions. It could be bad, especially with the future of the Celtics right now, with Tatum not playing next year. Probably you got to put a lot of weight on Brown. You don't know if Porzingis and Drew are going to be back. You're assuming one, if not both of them, are gone.
I don't know. That's a big assumption. I don't know if I'm assuming they're all gone.
I
It's
mean,
really hard to make a trade. It's really hard to make a trade.
I wouldn't honestly. I At this point, like with Tatum not coming back next year, like move them while they're assets.
There's legitimately 5 teams I think in the league that can afford those contracts. I tried on the trade machine. It's it's
Like,
hard.
other teams can afford it, but they have to put multiple players together, and that's where it starts getting tough.
It's
That's
it's hard.
do you want to give up multiple players for Kristaps Porzingis or Drew Holiday? It's like
Well, that's the other aspect. Not to like just the tax implications, the cap influence on it. That's one layer of difficulty. The other layers of difficulty is why the fuck would the Celtics want to do that, and why would the other team want to do that? Like that's like you got to sell the team on like a 34-year-old point guard who's coming off one of his like least healthy years
I
on
was
a
trying,
huge $100+ million deal.
I was trying to fuck around and get and trade Drew Holiday for Lonzo Ball. I
Lonzo,
like that. I think that the Bucks would take or the Bulls would take Drew. Bulls love being 41 and 41. Like
I
they
think
absolutely
the Bulls are sneaky going to be in the playoffs next year. Like
they're
the
in the
way the
playoffs
East.
every year. They're 41 and 41 every fucking year. They're the most 500 team you've ever seen, and they fucking will never make a splash in the playoffs because they're relying on Patrick Williams to make a big leap every year.
Well, we'll see about that. With you know how who the fuck knows what the league's going to look like next year. Either way, before we jump into that, I mean, we still got some business to handle here in the regular NBA 24-25 season, the conference finals you've been watching.
I have not watched fucking like barely any of it. I've been so
I don't
sick, and
blame you.
I've been sick to my stomach from the Celtics losing too. But I've been tuning in for here and there. The Knicks Pacers series has been fun.
I mean, that first game was fucking absolute fireworks, dude. That was one of the best basketball games I think I've ever seen. Like,
Was that the
just
Allen game winner or game tire and step back?
yeah. I
Yeah, that
mean,
was. You guys were freaking out, texting. I just went downstairs ready to go to bed, and I was like, "I'll just put this on." And it was like, "Oh, they're down by like 9 with like 45 seconds left." I was like, "What the fuck are they freaking out about?" And then they just kept hitting shots and hitting
Aaron
shots. And I
Nesmith
was
took
like,
over. That's what happened. We went 6 for 6 in like the last 5 minutes from three. It was fucking. He was flamethrowing.
"He was 8 of 9 for the fucking game. Like that's unbelievable."
Yeah, I haven't. I'm like, holy shit, maybe we should. We really fucked up trading that guy.
Oh, he was never getting any run on this team. He was stuck behind Jason and Jalen. Like
What was he moved for?
he
Brogdon.
re up, that was for Brogdon.
Oh,
So that was we traded him for a six man of the year. I mean, I
yeah.
didn't like how Brogdon played on our team, but he was a six man of the year. And then Brogdon got moved for Drew.
Uh, and I
So
guess it all,
I
looking at any move that led to the championship team.
don't know. It's kind of like I get it, but at the same time, it's like cool. Like the 1950 Celtics traded, Bob Johansson for Scoot Henderson over here or whatever, and fucking that led
Time
to.
traveler.
And we found a way to fucking turn that into Bill Russell down the road, and we got 11 championships. And then you could trace every trade all the way back to the beginning of a franchise and say,
Well,
oh, this trade made this happen. It's all butterfly effect.
now we're talking 3 years removed from that. Aaron Nesmith being like his status for a game is like currently influencing how the teams are going to play,
Yeah,
which is, I don't know. I don't think any of us back when he was on the Celtics thought that he would be that type of player, but I mean, he's certainly become that for the Pacers. He rolled his ankle in game 3 or 2, one of them, I forget, and like his status was in question for today. He's in the lineup.
he played later on in the game.
Yeah. And they're playing game 4 tonight, and he's in, and the Pacers are getting the catching 3 points at home, which is, I think, if I was going to bet anywhere, it'd probably be that tied with the over, maybe tease it up 5 points to like 8.
I mean, I might take the Knicks to cover.
Oh, really? Why?
They got the last game. I mean, I think they figured something out. They were down 20 in the last game, and they came back and won that game.
Well, they switched their lineup.
Who knows? Maybe they switch it again to start.
Oh, they're definitely going to. I mean, they took Josh Hart out of the starting lineup and put Mitchell Robinson in, and they took Jalen Brunson out in like the second half, and they played Delon Wright and Landry Shamet, and those are guys like Delon Wright. For no matter what he can do out there, he can defend. Like he's a good guard defender. So they eliminated, the Zilchberger Brunson is on defense, and they ended up winning the game on the road. Which, I feel the Knicks are they're scrappy. They're definitely going to go out fighting, but it does feel like, having watched pretty much at least 2 of the 3 games, Indy has looked like the better team by like a decent margin. It looks like the Knicks are just playing catch up. Now, I'm not going to count the Knicks out in the series, but I do think the Pacers are going to take it in the long run, just because I think they're the better team. They're a bad matchup for the Knicks. Um, but I mean, a lot you're relying on a lot from like Obi Toppin and Aaron Nesmith. So
Yeah,
who knows?
that's tough. Although I love Obi Toppin, though. That's another guy I would like to try and get on the Celtics.
Him hitting the game winning point, like dunk.
Double clutch that fucking dunk, and should have been an and one where he got hit. He's a freak athlete.
I mean, he was a Nick too, which is just that's chef's kiss to the NBA writers this year.
Yeah,
He's
they
drafted by the
gave up on
Knicks.
him so early too. I think it was only 2 years into his career they gave up on him.
Yeah, I mean it's a good series. I'm excited for the game tonight. I think it's going to be at least a lot of offense. Who knows? Maybe Cat has another 20-point fourth quarter in him.
Dude, he had 4 points going into the fourth quarter, and he had 20 in the fourth.
Fucking
Give
crazy.
yourself a fucking quarter, goddamn.
And if Tibbs is gonna switch it up and stick with that, try and put in guard defenders to match with the scoring and the speed of the guards on the Pacers, maybe they have a nice little monkey wrench in there. But a lot of people were talking about how you don't switch your rotation this deep into the playoffs. But I don't know. I mean, if he didn't, it's a dual edged sword. If he didn't switch it and they get fucking bounced in 4 or 5,
Well,
which
I
is
think
going to happen.
he had to switch it too because Brunson was in foul trouble again. So he
Yeah.
had to put something else out there. He couldn't keep Brunson out there, so it just happened to work. Now, I think that you go with that lineup a little bit more, but I don't know if you start with that lineup. I think you got to start with the lineup you've been starting with. Let those guys get in their rhythm and then start piecing in players. If you get a little bit of a lead, maybe you swap out Brunson for one of these defenders and give him some rest in the middle of the game. But Tibbs isn't going to do that. But
I think the Pacers. I think the Knicks can score. Right. Like I think they have a good enough team where anybody on their team can get really hot. Anybody in the 1 through 5 besides Mitchell Robinson can get hot and score. Jalen Brunson can score at will. But then you have like Mikal Bridges, who's liable to get 20 on a given night. Cat, who's a 20 piece. Uh, who else am I missing?
Deuce McBride can go and get you 10, 12 points at
Who
a
the
night.
fuck am I missing? Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges. Oh, OG Anunoby, who's like, you know, a
He's a,
clutch
he's,
shooter.
he's a fucking roller coaster, is what he is. Some nights he'll give you 8, some nights he'll give you 28.
Well, at least you know you're always getting good defense with him, which I think is how they're going to beat this Pacers team. You're not going to outscore them. If you want to play their game and get out in transition, you got Mitchell Robinson and Cat who don't really get back well, um, trying to keep up, and then you're relying heavily on your guard defense, which is not great unless you can swap out Jalen Brunson. So I think they got to match their strength to, or at least a minor strength over the Pacers' strength, and try and beat them with guard defense. Like muck it up, how you did it with the Celtics. You shouldn't have beat the Celtics and scoring the ball. And you didn't. You mucked it up on the boards.
That's the only way you really got a chance. You can't play fast with the Pacers.
No,
I mean, the Celtics played fast with the Pacers last year and we barely got away with it.
I mean 4-1, but
4-0.
4-0. Yeah, it was the only sweep.
But, I mean, let's look at those
Should have
games.
been 4-1. The game I went to with the
Yeah, that,
Siakam.
that Jaylen Brown fucking crazy three in the corner. I mean, every game was tight to the very end. They just made mistakes at the end.
Yeah.
And they're not making those mistakes this year, it doesn't look like.
No. Nope. I do feel like Indy's going to advance, but who knows? What do you got on that series? Anything else?
I mean, it's exactly how we thought it was going to go. I mean, I saw it being a 4-2 Indiana series.
Did I pick the Knicks? I might have picked the Knicks.
I think you picked Indiana with us.
Who knows?
Well, I
Don't
mean,
remember. I'm going. Having watched 3 games, I'm going, or 2 games, 2 out of 3. I'm going Indiana.
yeah, it's pretty much a fucking done deal. I think at this point, if the Knicks don't figure out a way to slow everything down tonight, then
I
they're
mean,
going
you
to
gotta
go
win.
one.
Got to win tonight. You got to split at least.
Yeah,
Uh, Something to dive into here: Minnesota versus Oklahoma City. That was they. You all right?
yeah. Just looking at the neighbors.
Uh, After having a stinker of a game 3, SGA 1 rebound short of a 40-point triple double, and a close win in Game 4 last night. They're up 3-1 over the Wolves. I mean, are the Wolves dead in the water here? What can they do?
Yeah, I think the Wolves are dead in the water at this point. I mean, like you beat them in like almost every statistical category last night, and you lost. The only statistical category you didn't beat them in was points on the board.
I mean, Julius Randle had a bad game.
Yeah, I mean, it just didn't look like he wanted to be there in the second half from what I saw. Like he just, oh, I didn't shoot enough for it to be a bad shooting night. Like, what the fuck are you talking about after you just lost a playoff game? Like, this is shit that's like, all right, this guy's going to be the face of the league. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I did everything right. I was passing the ball, and I just didn't shoot enough. That's why it wasn't a bad shooting night. Like, you're supposed to be the guy on that team. You're not supposed to take 13 shots in a playoff game. It's 25 and up, I think, for him every night. It has to be.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think obviously if they're going to be even remotely close in this series, Ant has to be the guy we think he's supposed to be as a NBA community. But like, I don't know. Even if they do that, is that going to matter? Because every time, I mean, the you just said it. They almost beat them in every statistical category, and they shot the ball incredibly well, and they still lost. Like
I
it's
don't think that even if Ant shoots 25 times, I don't think they're going to win this series, but you got to give yourself a 100 chance. You can't take 13 shots in a playoff game. And I
no,
know this is putting a lot on Ant. He's only 23. Like, we talk about him like he's been in the league for a long time. He's only 23 years old. Like, it was only, what, his second time in the playoffs? So
is that right?
I think they made it last year. I don't think they made it any time before that, though. Because it wasn't last year the first time they won a playoff series since, like, KG.
What was the Pat Beverly? When was that? The Pat Beverly playoff game?
Oh, that was Pat Bev. Ant wasn't there yet. He was.
Yes, he was.
No, that was Jimmy Butler. I think Pat Bev. Uh, That was the first time they ever made the playoffs um, since KG, probably. That was the play-in game they won. They didn't win the series.
um, Ant has been in the league for
5 years.
4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
So you might be right. How many playoff games has he had? He it's not telling me.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on a 23-year-old kid right here to try and take on what's a historically good regular season team, anyways.
He's been in the playoffs every year since 23. 22, I'm sorry.
So 3 years of the playoffs, okay.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. Sorry about that.
So that's I'm
So
sure
what?
he's made the playoffs 3 years.
Yeah,
I mean, like he's still only 23. You gotta. There's still learning curves in the playoffs every year. Like, you're not just going
absolutely.
to be that guy.
I mean,
Not
Tatum
only that,
wasn't.
and be that guy, but I just hate the answer afterwards. Like, oh, it wasn't a bad shooting night. I didn't shoot enough for it to be a bad shooting night. Well, that's on you to shoot it. You're the creator for the team. Like, you're not Rudy Gobert complaining about your touches. Like when you're down there on the post waiting for the ball. Like, you have the ball every single time, every play of the game. Like when you're on the floor, you're touching the ball, so you should be getting up your shots and being more aggressive.
I wanna. I hear what you're saying. I disagree because I think the Thunder have the exact makeup to guard him well.
Hey, I mean, look, you can guard you well, but I still want to see the ball go up 25 times.
I mean, they have. Yeah, but
I don't care
no,
if it's a bad
I don't.
form
I
or
don't.
Luke Dort. I want to see the ball go up. I want to see if you can catch fire because that's the only chance you have to win a game.
I don't want him just throwing up, checking up bad shots because then we're getting to a whole new slew of things. They need a if I am what's the name of the Timberwolves head coach?
Chris Finch.
If I'm Finch, I need more out of my bigs, and I just need that. I like Julius Randle. He was a zilch. Like if he just had like and he's had a great playoffs. Like he's averaging 18 and a half points in the Western Conference Finals, let alone these playoffs. Uh, he's basically 16.6 boards and 3 assists in the WCF with two 20-point plus games. So when he's not, despite those two outliers, he's just been 6 and I think 5 points. Like you can't have that as a guy who's supposed to be like your number two, especially when there's not really a guy on the other side to guard you besides maybe like J Dub and I mean Lou, who's like a solid 4 inches smaller than you, but
Well, you got
stocky.
Hardenstein out there too, and you got Chet out there too, bothering him with length.
Julius Randle should be able to beat Hartenstein.
Should be able to, but I mean, like, set some screens, get and on Hardenstein, let him go to work. Like, I shouldn't be complaining about my number two's production when my number one took 13 shots. Like, if Tatum went into a playoff game, took 13 shots, and then we are complaining about Jaylen Brown not scoring enough, then, like, what are we doing? Like, you
We
rely
do
on
complain about Jaylen Brown not scoring. We complained the whole season about the on off splits.
No, we are, but I mean, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it. If we went into the game, say 3 against the Knicks, and Tatum took 13 shots, and then Jaylen Brown only had 14 points. Like, which one would we be talking about? Would we be talking about Jaylen Brown, or would we be talking about Tatum not being aggressive?
In a loss,
Yeah, and a loss.
how
Like,
many
you
of those 13 did JT hit?
say it's the same as Ant.
How much was that?
It's like fucking like 6 of 13 or something like that. Like, and he only had
I
like
mean,
18 points, maybe or something like that. Like,
why can't I have good efficient shots and more shots?
you can, but I mean, you still got to have more shots. Like, you got to search for your shot. Because like I can't rely. You can't rely on Julius Randle to carry you to a win against the Thunder.
Well, I mean, then we're getting into like the ultimate flaw of the team is that there's really not a number two on that
Yeah.
team.
And
I
if
mean,
it's on
but
number two, then I need Ant to take 25 shots because I don't care if they're good shots or bad shots. We need you to catch fire. We need you to keep the defense stuck to you. Keep them honest because if you're only gonna take 13 shots and they're just gonna deny you the ball when you don't have the ball, then like, what are you out there for?
I mean, Mike Conley's in the plus minus. I don't know. Yeah, if I'm Finch, I need more out of Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle. I need them to exploit the weakness of the Thunder, which is they have fucking the Slender Man in the paint.
Yeah, Nasri has not been good this series. I look. I don't rely on Rudy Gobert to score at all. Like
He's
Rudy
the
Gobert,
most efficient.
yeah, because the only time he ever does anything is when he's wide open and dunks the ball. Like that's like saying DeAndre Jordan should be the number one player on the Clippers in Lob City because he was the most efficient. Like, yeah, he got hand fed dunks. Like,
When he's on the court, he's besides Mike Conley, he's the team leader in plus minus. You need
yeah,
to
no,
work it to him.
he's a great defender out there, but like, he cannot make his own shot. Like, you can't throw the ball in the block to him and get a bucket. He has to be set up by somebody else.
Right. But so take him out of it. I need more out of Nas Reed, who's a six man of the
Yeah.
year, who can
No,
get
he
his own
definitely more on
shot.
Nasri. He has not. He's played terrible this playoffs. Like he has not been good.
And I
But
need more out of Julius Randle than 6 points in a
you
game
definitely
three,
need more of that too. But you also
four.
need a lot more out of your number one.
But that will free up Ant more. If they have to collapse because they're getting exploited down low, that's going to free up your guards who are Mike Conley's already having a good playoffs, a good series at least. He's the team leader in plus minus, and Ant who, I just think they have they have the fucking the makeup to stop him.
No, I
They
mean, look,
have tall, huge guards.
if Ant can
Pause.
get downhill and get to the rim, then like that opens up more for Rudy to get hand fed those buckets, or Nas Reed, or Julius Randle. If you can get Ant going, then when Julius Randle comes up and sets a screen, then you have to switch it so that Ant can't get that shot off, and then that opens up a mismatch for Julius Randle. It all starts with Ant. If Ant is aggressive and scoring, then the rest of it will open up fine. But if he's going to take 13 shots a game and they're just going to, and then you're going to rely on Julius Randle to go one on one all game, like that's why you end up with 6 points.
Well, yeah, you can't have
Gobert,
Julius Randle catch it out in a
yeah.
nice so he can't dribble.
No, yeah, and then you can't rely on Rudy Gobert to go get you any points.
No, I shouldn't have included him. If anything, he's been the best big on the team. Um,
Yeah,
but
he's been
like,
unbelievable defensively.
well, he's. I mean, for Nas Reed's averaging 9 points, 7.5 boards, and 2 assists in 24.5 minutes, and Rudy's averaging 7 points, 7 boards, and 2 assists, plus a steal and a block in about the same time. And he's the plus minus is off the charts different.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's a difference maker on the defensive end, and he makes Shea think about driving. So you have to keep him out there. But if Ant's not going to be aggressive, then Rudy's useless on offense.
I hear. I mean, yeah, maybe this is like a realization moment that Ant cannot be your number one. Maybe he's not a number one.
To be fair, I mean, like I would hear you out in an argument that he can't be your number one, but I don't think this is the series to point it out.
Why not?
He's going against one of the best defenses that the league's probably ever seen, like by the numbers. And your second best player is Julius Randle. Like you could have put prime Kobe against this team, and he would have lost, and you would have said Kobe couldn't have been their number one because of this series. Like I don't know about that.
I think that's the difference between him and Kobe. Kobe wouldn't have lost. Kobe would have found his way to advance to the.
I don't know if Kobe would have won this
He
series.
basically did that
I
with
mean,
2 times.
Kobe would have taken more than 13 shots too, though. So
But that's what a number one needs to know to do. He can't take 13 shots in a game where you need to win it and be like, I don't know what I could have done better.
yeah,
It's exactly what you're saying.
that's the part that bothers me more is that he doesn't seem to care, doesn't seem to get it. Like, whatever. It's not our problem. It's not our headache. We got bigger fish to fry than.
Well, we might be coming back to the drawing board with who's going to be our number one post injury.
No, we know who's going to be our number one post injury. If Jaylen Brown's here, it's going to be him.
Well, no. I mean, when Tatum comes back, we'll see how he can play.
Yeah, like I was saying in the group chat, he's got to get in the gym with Joe Johnson and Paul Pierce. Like because he's going to lose a lot of athleticism after that injury, and those two guys never relied on athleticism to beat anybody.
Well, it looks like he's hanging out with Damian Lillard, who is going through the same thing.
Yeah,
but athletic at the very least. Yeah, man. How many games do you think you got in Minnesota and OKC left?
I'm hoping that Minnesota can at least win one more. I want to see.
I think they can win
I
one
don't want
more.
to see Oklahoma City going into the finals with like 2 weeks of rest because the Knicks just wouldn't fucking go away. I want to see. I think that's a great. I love that matchup too because it's like the Oklahoma City wants to get out and run. They want to turn you over and get out and run, and Indiana also wants to get out and run and turn you over. So I think that could be really fun to watch.
And I think the Pacers have a very good length, size, and length of at least matchup with the Thunder.
Yeah, tough. I mean, like you put Tyrese Halliburton on Shea, and he can bother him a little bit.
I mean, even then, you switch Nesmith on him as welcome to the fucking torture chamber, dude.
It's gonna be a fun series. I mean, like just don't watch the half court basketball in that series because that's just going to be really hard to watch because neither one of those teams knows what they're doing in the half court. They just want to run.
Well, you're gonna see a lot of SGA heading to the free throw line.
Hopefully, Halliburton get the matching call. Some of it's just disingenuous the way he falls down after he drives into guys.
Oh, he was getting it pretty bad from the Minnesota crowd, which
We'd love to see.
yeah, listen, the guy won the MVP. He had a 40-point triple double. Almost, I'm gonna give him the triple double. He's one rebound short. 40-point triple double basically in that game, and he's getting booed off.
You
This
see
is
that?
big man stuff. He
You
might
see
have.
he's averaging like 36, 8, and 5 on like 43% true shooting, and people are talking about how like he's like one of the best guards, like best players of this generation in the Western Conference Finals. That's what he's averaging.
He's averaging 36, 8, and 5.
Yeah.
That's probably the best performance out of any guard of all time.
Well, you know what Tatum was averaging in the Eastern Conference Finals last year?
No, hit me.
38, 10, and 6.
Oh, say it again.
46%.
Say it again.
46% true shooting. And everybody talked about how he should have played better. It's
It's
like,
whatever, man.
like the way that the goalposts move for everybody is unbelievable. Everybody talks about Tatum's efficiency, but nobody talks about anybody else's. It's unbelievable.
I also don't get it because SGA is kind of a fucking weeb if you listen to him talk. He's got that Canadian accent heavy, like
Oh yeah.
like the Toronto, like whatever that fuck that shit is. It's brutal. And yeah, it's kind of hard for me to respect your game at all if you're like, a free throw merchant, which he
Like
is.
I respect James Harden the way he did it more because he would like drive, he would like get your arm into his arm and raise up and shoot. Like Shea just runs into you and falls down. Like that's not like Harden was trying to make a basketball move and made it look like you fouled him. Shea just wants to like run into you and fall down because you're standing there and get a call. And that's
Also,
like
James
that's
Harden's
not.
just he was just like a cool dude. Like he's like, yeah, I don't care about basketball. I'm going to the strip club after the game. I'll see you there.
He's crafty with it too. You remember when he drove on LeBron and like grabbed LeBron's arm and hooked himself with it and then threw his arms up to get the call? Like that's crafty. Like that's I respect that. Like he wasn't just running into guys and falling down. Like Brunson does it too. He just I'm gonna drive into the paint and then the first guy that hits me, I'm gonna fall down and see what happens.
Yeah. Wow. I got the entire
Guys
armada
fucking
behind me.
wheelies down the fucking Lincoln Avenue. Yeah, that's a good idea, bud.
Um. Yeah, I guess that's it with the conference finals. There's really nothing much else to talk about.
There was an interesting point that I heard brought up by Jan Packard over on Still Potable. This is gonna be a good this is going to be a interesting season for Joe Mazzulla and like see how good of a coach he is. Because if
You
you
mean
think about like
upcoming?
the upcoming season, yeah. Because like if you think about it, like every year, like they base their offense on attacking a mismatch, exploiting it, making the defense double or shift or bending the defense in some way, and then finding open shooters and working the ball around and finding the best shot, which was simple to do because like with the team that we had, it was like, all right, well, your point guard is Derek White. He can find a mismatch if you set a screen for him. Your two guard is Drew Holiday. Like if you don't put a guy that's bigger than him on him, he's going to go to the block. Your three was Jalen Brown. Like that's mismatch hunter. Jason Tatum obviously is your four,
He's a
and then
mismatch for everybody.
Porzingis is your five, who can attack mismatches all over the place. Now you don't have that. Now you figure you're going to have Jalen probably, maybe Porzingis, or maybe Drew, and then Derek White. But you don't really have that that defense bender like Tatum was. So like it's going to be interesting to see how he evolves as a coach because it's going to be more of a heliocentric offense. We're going to play through Jalen a lot or whatever that, or if Porzingis is still here, if he's got a a good game going. Like it's going to be interesting to see how he coaches.
Playing through Jalen a lot makes me a little fucking queasy because I think about him handling the ball.
Hey, it's only going to make it better. That's the thing.
You've been
That's
saying
why I'm
that for
fine
how
with it
long?
because, like, I don't think they were on championship expectations for next year after the Tatum
No,
injury.
not with your star, but
So
without your star.
let him develop even more. He's gotten better at everything every year. His handle and everything was better this year than last year.
Not in the playoffs. It wasn't.
I mean, like we're looking at the Orlando series where they were like one of the best defenses in the league. Like, yeah, okay. I
Okay,
mean,
he wasn't
played
great in the Knicks.
game four against the Knicks after no, was it game five? Which one was the one the first one that Tatum didn't play? Was that game five?
Yeah, yeah.
He got hurt in game four.
Mhm.
Well, game five he had 12 assists. Like that's pretty. That's he can do it. So let's let him work on it and get better at it.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have to. There's no two ways about it. I mean, unless you want to start Peyton Pritchard and with Derek White and just keep it that way.
Depends if Drew was there or not. If you're gonna start that,
Yeah, true. I I don't know. I mean, it's hard to even speculate what the team's going to look like. I mean, if that is what it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a huge test for Joe either way. Whether he's mixing in new guys with the old, or whatever that lineup you just mentioned, trying to find the mismatch on the floor and operate and move through them, or you know, I wouldn't be shocked if the season goes very poorly next year. He's if not he's fired, he's on the hot seat.
I don't know if you can put him on the hot seat when you lose a guy like Tatum. Especially like it also depends on the moves this offseason too. Like, if they bring back everybody
And they're bad, yeah,
and
he's
they're
on the hot
bad, then
seat.
yeah, he's gonna probably gonna be on the hot seat. But
That's
it's
still a
also
50. That's like a 40 to 50 win team.
yeah,
Still,
and it's like there's also other things that could happen too. Like if you lose Porzingis for a big chunk of the year, like you're bound to do, and like
yeah.
you didn't bring Luke Cornett back or something like that. So then
That's
like
not his call. That's Brad Stevens' call.
that's what I mean. So like if Luke's not there and Porzingis is missing games, and you're relying on Al Horford to be playing, you can't play him big minutes because you're using it for the playoffs. Like that's going to be tough too, because like there's going to be extenuating circumstances. Or if, God forbid, if Porzingis comes back and he plays the way he played in the playoffs at the end, like if that's happening, then I can't really blame Joe on that one unless he starts playing him 40 minutes a game and he can't breathe. So there's going to be extenuating circumstances with it, but I think if like you got rid of Drew and KP this year and you didn't bring back like somebody that's really good for him, like if you brought back assets going forward for when Tatum comes back, instead of bringing back players this year, then I think that he'd be safe for the year. Even doesn't really matter what happens.
Fair. Yeah, I agree with that. I think 100%. But it's exactly like you said. If I mean, even then, it's Boston is such a fucking melting, like a meltdown city when sports go bad that it might be either way.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
this town is unbelievable with the sports. Sometimes it's like
Well, you're under the microscope, like you're
sometimes
in New
it's the
York.
microscope for no fucking reason. It's
Yeah, I mean, but we added Alex Bregman, and that was it. And then everybody thought the Red Sox were going to be a playoff team, and we're back to 500. And it's like, really?
that
You thought
sucks.
this was going to be a playoff team?
Red Sox just fucking love being 500. They were 500 like all of last year too.
God,
Like, you know what? After they win a game and they go above 500, you know exactly what bet to make the next game.
just fade them. Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna
like
hit the
the
unders. It's gonna be a fucking 2-1 fucking ball game, and they're gonna lose.
it's the classic. Like it's the no matter what on a doubleheader. If whatever team won the first leg, take the other one for the second leg. It's like that hits 70% of the time or something stupid. It's like just take it. They're gonna lose. Um, but yeah. Uh, fuck, man. Now I'm depressed thinking about the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm just sad about Tatum every day. Every day, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I'm hopeful for him. I'm keeping out hope, but yeah, it's like we'll never know until we see it, and that's going to be a year away at a minimum.
I mean, his skill set, he can adapt and he can have a long career, but
If anybody can get through it, it's Jason Tatum.
he's young too. There's a lot of you don't see that injury a lot for young players. Like a lot of times, that's an older player injury, like a Damian Lillard, Kobe Bryant, Dominique Wilkins,
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers. Like that's an older player kind of thing.
Kirk Cousins.
I didn't even know about that one. So you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
all the ones, but to see one guy that happened, it's gonna be interesting to see how he comes back. I hope he doesn't rush back. I hope he really. I don't even care if we're undefeated by the time that he's ready to come back next year. Like I don't want him coming back unless he's 110% ready.
Well, definitely not if we're undefeated by then. Just fucking wait, see you in the playoffs. Like I'll just wait until you know we lose a game in the playoffs, and then maybe you'll come back.
He suits
Um,
up and he only comes in for the last like minute of the game to take some clutch shots, and
yeah,
then
like how KP did in the Mav series, basically.
he was healthy for the first game of the Mavs series, and boy was he fucking the healthiest I've ever seen that man. And that was
That's
the
all
only
we
time
needed
we've
him
seen
for.
him. That's all we've seen from him basically since he's been here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
unfortunate, but shout out to KP.
Hopefully get better soon. Maybe he has what we have because if that's the case, I get it. This fucking illness sucks. Uh,
It's fucking blows.
but yeah, man. I don't know what else you got for me. Anything?
I don't think it's fair that we say that actors are typecast into things
Um, okay, go on.
because I was thinking, and there's only like what like two or three actors that I can think of off the top of my head that don't play the same type of character in every movie.
For real?
I mean, off the top of my head, I can only think of like Leonardo DiCaprio.
He doesn't play the same guy in every movie.
No, he's always something different. Like
That's
in
right.
Django Unchained, he was the crazy slave owner, and then in like Wolf of Wall Street, he was Jordan whatever
Jordan Belfort,
Jordan Belfort, and then in uh,
I
Shutter
mean,
Island, he was like a complete
Romeo,
guy, and Romeo and Juliet. Like, he was always all over the
Titanic.
place. But like if to say that, oh, this guy only plays the same thing in every movie, it's like that's like 99% of actors do that. Like,
I want to hear your list of other actors. Okay, Leo one.
I mean, I'm terrible fucking actors. I
You
said
say
two.
you're going two or three. Yeah, name another one.
I mean,
This
I was
should
gonna
be
say
easy.
Denzel, but Denzel kind of always plays the same guy too.
No, now he does, but not back in the day.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot of the shit from back in the day.
Like John Q. I mean, he played Malcolm X.
Yeah,
Muhammad. No, that was Will Smith. Muhammad Ali. um, he played Malcolm X though.
I mean, you had like Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, he was like in
Yeah.
Wes Anderson movies, and then he's in fucking Marvel movies, and then he was in that Sherlock show, which is pretty good.
I
Um,
mean, you're maybe the greatest actor of all time,
I'm forgetting about the greatest actor of all time. I already named Leo.
Daniel Day Lewis.
I don't really know. See, I don't know that many actors, but he was Joker, right?
No, he was the guy. He was the Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York. He was Abraham Lincoln. He was Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood. He's which is maybe my favorite role of all time. Um, My Left Foot. He was that guy. Um, he acts like every 8 years because he studies for roles and he becomes the character.
Uh,
He's very method.
Method actor, yeah. You like Tom Hanks too.
Tom Hanks is another one.
I was just thinking of that one too. I'm just thinking guys with really long careers. But like, look at like
Name
Keanu
name me
Reeves.
the typecast guys.
Like Keanu Reeves is always gonna be like a badass like guy who fights in movies. Like The Rock, always basically
The Rock is The Rock.
he's gonna give you one liner. He's just gonna have some crazy fun action. Like I know what I'm getting and I'm gonna enjoy it.
He has no range. He's The Rock in every
Yeah,
movie.
I mean, look at like Jason Statham.
Yep.
I mean, you got uh, I mean Denzel Washington now. I guess you would say is being
He's just
typecast into that.
Denzel. He's literally a Roman emperor in the goddamn Gladiator too, but he's Denzel Washington. I
Yeah,
mean, he's the best
Denzel
part of the
Washington.
movie, but he's fucking awesome. He is just Denzel. There are certain like
Ryan Reynolds, like he's always going to be the quippy, fun guy. It doesn't matter what role you put him in; it's always going to be that.
he's
Like,
basically just Deadpool.
yeah, which I'm fine with. I think it's always funny. I'm cool with it. Like,
But you're naming a very niche type of. You're naming like a mega star actor, like an action actor.
I mean, you got like, well, you can't name like a megastar comedy actor. For one, there's not a lot of them anymore because they don't will send comedies to fucking the movie theater anymore.
I mean,
But
Ryan Gosling, he borders on the fringe of both. He's not typecast. He's always somebody different. I mean,
yeah,
great actor.
yeah,
Another guy who is typecast is what's his name? Gerard Butler now.
yeah. He's always a badass fucking guy, gruff fucking guy. I love him in Den of Thieves.
Yeah, I just watched End of Thieves last week. I was like, that's actually pretty good, but I
The
haven't
second
seen the
one yet?
second one. No.
It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. And he's got Gerard Butler in it, so I'm gonna fucking enjoy it.
Now, what do you think about Tom Cruise?
He has a lot of range back in the day, that's for sure. I mean, like he did, was it Rain Man? Um,
um,
I don't know what the guy's name was, but the his brother that he just found out about was like autistic or something like that.
yeah, he's Jerry Maguire. He's the guy from
Jerry Maguire.
Cocktail. He's Days of Thunder. You know, he's
Tropic
like
Thunder, he was the fucking
Tropic Thunder.
whatever it was with the giant fucking hand.
But even in the like Edge of Tomorrow, which was a movie that came out in like 2013, he was like a kind of like a goofy, naive guy. And then you have Oblivion, which was he didn't like. I don't think he even spoke in that role, but he's basically just like he's known for Ethan Hunt. Speaking of which, I just saw MI8, very good movie. Um, but yeah, he definitely has range. I don't think I
He
don't think
has
he's
range.
on. He's closer to like the Ryan Gosling guy than he is to like the Rock guy.
Yeah, like there's levels to it. There's scales to it almost.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is a great actor.
Yeah,
Just
he's
great.
one of the
Maybe
best.
the best. Maybe the biggest actor of all time.
Some people say he's the last true action
Action.
hero of our generation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's still fucking doing the damn thing. Goddamn 63 years old. He's fucking hanging on to a biplane.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. But then you got guys like Vince Vaughn.
What about him?
He does a lot of comedy shit, but he's also done some like serious roles.
Yeah.
Like, what was that one where he was the he went to jail?
Dragged a, no, that's fuck. Brawl and
Oh,
Cell
Cell Block
Block.
33 or something like that.
Yeah. And then
That
he's
was
also in True Detective season 2. He was like the bad guy, the mob guy kinda, which I liked it. I liked his role. Um but he's always kind of like a drunk, stiff, tall, like funny dude, wry dude. You know, that's always kind of his thing. I don't know. His range is sort of limited
it's
to
very
that.
it's limited, but he does step outside. Like Adam Sandler did the same thing. He's always
Adam
been a
Sandler's.
goofy guy, but then like if you look at like Punch Drunk Love, that was like a really strange one. And you look at Rain Over Me, or Rain on Me with Don Cheadle.
His Rain Over Me. I think you had that right.
That
Rain
was
on Me.
I thought that the song was Rain on Me that they kept playing it the fucking song.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Lady Gaga song Rain on Me that came out a few
That was
years
like
ago.
I think it's a Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh,
No,
probably.
I don't know what the fuck it is. But then you got that. And you got Uncut Gems.
That was a good. That was one. That was like, oh shit, can this guy kind of act? And then he followed it up with like the Alien Spider movie.
I like that movie actually. It's kind of
Did you?
interesting. It was weird. I don't know. I like Adam Sandler, so I'm just gonna enjoy it anyways.
Oh, the basketball movie he was in was pretty good.
Hustle. That was a fun movie.
That was good.
Surprised it
Shout
took
out
him so
Ant.
long to do a fucking basketball movie.
Well, I mean, he did pick fucking Juancho Hernan Gomez to be like the star.
He's available. Made Anthony Edwards one of the stars too.
But yeah, but he was actually, Ant is a star. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I mean, what's your point? There's a lot of good actors out there, or there's not.
I think they're all good actors. I mean, clearly they're making movies that I enjoy, but I think it's just not fair to uh, label somebody as being typecast without being that they're not good at what they do. Because like if you look at like most actors out there, like we said, there's only a handful that aren't playing the same type of guy every movie.
Yeah, but the biggest ones are basically like The Rock is the biggest movie actor out there for the box office.
Yeah,
Like if you put him in your movie, it's like minimum 200 fucking million at the box office.
I just don't
So
think it's fair to say that he's not a good actor because he plays the same thing every time. That's all I'm saying. Because
he's not a good actor. He's The Rock.
well, The Rock is his own thing, but like let's look at like other guys like we were talking about. Like, do you think that Denzel's not a good actor because he plays the same guy in all the movies now?
No, Denzel is one of the best actors I've ever
But
seen.
like you said, when he plays in the Roman Gladiator movie, he's Denzel playing a fucking Roman king. So he's not acting; he's just being
So not
Denzel.
all typecasted actors are bad, is what you're saying.
No,
Fair,
yeah,
fair
I think
point.
most of them are still pretty good. I mean, you have your outliers. I mean, you have like your fucking. I guess if you to say they're bad actors would be like Vin Diesel would be a bad actor,
He's a terrible actor.
but I'm still gonna watch Triple X. If they come up with another Fast and Furious, I'm probably still gonna fucking watch it.
I
I
I
don't give a
doubt that.
shit. I want to see fucking crazy cars and explosions and fucking.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're
Tunnels.
not there for the acting. You're there for the fucking ride. You know.
That's what I mean. Look, if I go to watch a fucking movie with The Rock, I'm not there for the acting. I'm there for the ride.
Yeah, fair. But like, I like to have both things. I like to have a fun ride and good acting. Basically, the last fucking five Mission Impossible movies. But maybe I'm spoiled. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's a like I've said before. There's a difference between theater and movies. Like there's like Nosferatu was theater. I've never even seen
That
it.
was cinema, my friend.
Cinema. Yeah, I guess you could say cinema instead of theater because theater is its own thing. But it's like Oppenheimer. Like that's cinema. Like that's
Oh,
great.
that's like
But
a that's like a fucking that's gonna be like a historical piece
that
of
was a great
movie
fucking movie.
history.
I really enjoyed that movie, and it was 3 hours long, and I still fucking was on the edge of my seat watching every single fucking second.
I've sat through it like four times now. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's one of my only 5-star movies.
But like that's theater. Like that's great cinema, and I love that and I enjoy that. But sometimes I want to put on fucking Guardians of the Galaxy and just fucking jam out to some fucking shit and watch some crazy colors and just have fun at the movies.
I get that, but
I don't
Guardians
need
of the
that action.
Galaxy is good acting. You're getting good acting
Hey, Vin
performances.
Diesel's in that movie, so don't even.
Okay, okay. As a CGI tree who says one word,
So that's
or
three.
sorry,
There's
three. Yeah,
four in the first movie, so.
four. We are. Yeah, you're right. God
But
damn it.
I mean, I just don't think that we should look down on people for enjoying movies instead of cinema. Like,
No, no, absolutely not. I watch a
real fun.
shit. I watch way more terrible movies than I do good movies. I can tell you that
I've been
for
on a fucking
sure.
terrible movie fucking spree. I watched Trap the other day. Holy fuck.
Oh, I saw that in theaters. Hated it. I fucking hated it. And I like Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, he was really good in it. That was really good acting in a bad movie.
Yeah,
That was really good acting in a bad movie.
absolutely,
The rest of the
absolutely.
acting in that movie was really bad. He was
Because
really
most of it's
that's
like
good.
kid. It's mostly kid acting in like
I
bit
don't really blame.
roles.
I never blame a child actor for not being good, but like the
Well, they're rarely ever
pop
good.
star chick was like, all right, like
That's his daughter.
no, the fucking the one that was doing the
I'm sorry. That's M Night Shyamalan's daughter.
oh, I thought you
The
meant that
movie
was
was a vehicle for her, in my opinion.
yeah, it was she was not very good at it, so good for you. I'm nice. Like you could have
Good
done
thing
better
she was
for
a
her.
fucking leading role, or the second leading role.
It was not great.
No,
I mean, look, if I was gonna have a twist at the end of that movie, it would have been that the fucking daughter, Josh Hartnett's daughter in the movie was like actually a serial killer too, but she didn't know about like that they were gonna get trapped in there, so he was just trying to get her out the whole time.
child serial killer.
Runs in the family, right?
Now we're really straining credulity on that one.
I mean, brother, he fucking got out. He fucking was up on the roof with guys with guns pointed at him, and then he just happened to steal somebody's fucking bib that
Fair
had a
point.
wallet in it with a fucking card so he could get out of it. So
He also got behind the fucking concession stand and just put like two things of like water in a grease
yeah, the
fryer.
cider, the jars of fucking grease in there. Yeah,
So it would know without anybody being like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" There's people at the stand, and
he
nobody
followed the
cared.
guy all the way back to the fucking back of the fucking building to to get the fucking t-shirt for his daughter or whatever. Like, yeah, they were just gonna let this guy walk back there. Like,
Also, when he spoiler alert for Trapped, 2024 is Trapped, or was that this
yeah, I
year?
think it was only called Trap too.
Trap, sorry. Uh, when he's arrested, and they have the entire police force aiming guns at him, and he goes and he like takes something off the bike,
Yeah,
and he's to pick his handcuffs. Like what? What are you talking about? There's no fucking way.
yeah. And then like him slipping out the fucking door wearing the fucking shit when he's in the limo and they all shoot the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
limo up and he's not there. Like,
fucking. What are we doing here?
or that's why I thought that it would have been cool if like she was like a serial killer too, and she gave him something to pick the locks. Like, cause she remember she went up and hugged him at the end before he fucking picked up the bike.
Oh yeah, oh
She
yeah.
slipped him something to get him out of there or whatever, because she was a serial killer too. And I thought that was
Nobody,
way cool.
nobody's feasted off of like two good movies 30 years ago more than M Night Shyamalan. Like he just makes crap. He just makes
Well,
crap.
I like The Village. That was a good movie.
That's an awful movie. And I like Joaquin Phoenix, but that is an awful film.
Maybe I just liked it because I didn't know what the twist at the end was gonna be. That's
Yeah, it's creepy.
half of what he gets. But then,
Do you like Lady in the Water?
never saw that one. I like the
Paul
Glass
Giamatti.
trilogy
Yeah, that's like that's sort of is what like sparked his
comeback.
comeback. Yeah,
Yeah, because he fucking
the
put up a
split.
second fucking the second movie of a fucking trilogy came out like 30 years after the first one.
It's also a fucking superhero movie.
Yeah,
Stupid
it was like a
humor.
fucking really bad superhero movie, the first one, but the
The
second
first
one,
one's good.
I thought it was pretty bad.
Unbreakable. Is that what
Yeah,
it's
it
called?
was Unbreakable, and the second one was Glass.
With Bruce Willis.
No, no, the second one was
Split.
Split. Which
Uh,
what's that guy's name?
That's John McAvoy, I think his name is.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. Yeah.
He plays Doctor Xavier
Dr. Charles Xavier. Yeah.
in like one of the movies. He did
In
unbelievable.
the basically the new class or whatever the hell they called it.
Yeah, so he was really good in that. And then Glass, I think, was the third one. Samuel L. Jackson, is he a guy who gets typecast?
No, he has he can be where he's just like the loud black dude in the movie. Like the guy who but like he's has enough range, like Jackie Brown, he was fantastic in. I mean Django, he was fucking amazing in.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about Django. And then Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Um,
You know,
I was thinking more like now, like you got like Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard over here, and you got
The Kingsman.
the
He's like
King.
a weird like fucking guy though in The Kingsman. He's not. He's definitely not Samuel L. Jackson.
No, that was a really good job in that one, actually. I really like those movies.
I've seen parts of the first one and was like, oh, it's all right. I can see why people like it, but
I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun twist on like a James Bond esque kind of thing. Not too didn't take itself too seriously, which I enjoy when I watch a movie.
that's
Especially
true.
if you're gonna try and make an action movie, you're trying to take yourself too seriously. It's like it just comes off wrong.
Jesus Christ. Fucking sorry. Apologies. I'm trying to pull up the last movies I saw.
I was gonna watch Heat this weekend too, but I didn't get a
Oh,
chance to. I still have never seen that.
Heat is such a fucking good movie. God, I love Heat.
That heist movie is unbelievable.
That's one of the best films of all time. Definitely the best heist film of
That's
all
Val
time.
Kilmer was in that one, right?
Val
I've never
Kilmer,
seen
Al
anything with Val
Pacino,
Kilmer
Robert
in
De
it.
Niro. Stacked.
Who's what's the guy's name who plays fucking the head of the Continental, the manager of the Continental in John Wick?
Something
Miller.
McGinnis.
I have no idea what his name is, but I love him in every fucking thing he's in. He's a typecast guy too, but he's so good in everything.
He's yeah, I think he's a Scottish actor. I've seen the Ocean's movies. I loved all the ocean, basically the original three Ocean's movies. I watched all those.
That was really good.
Um, and then I watched Twilight Saga: New Moon, which is the second one. That was
So
now
bad.
that's bad acting. And I
Paige was
fucking
watching those. She watched all of them the other day just because she was like saying how funny it was that they took themselves seriously, and that's what made it good because it was so bad.
that's what Kim said too. Is she watched all four. I think there's four movies. They made the last one into two. And I love Robert Pattinson. One of my favorite roles of all time in The Lighthouse. Like I think he's just I think he's probably my favorite actor going right now. And he's so bad. The movie's
So
just
bad.
so
Those
bad.
movies. So bad.
That's terrible. And then Den of Thieves, which was like, turn my brain off. It's a cool heist movie, and Gerard Butler's just a prick, a
Oh yeah,
buff prick.
dude,
Um,
that's so good. And the fucking guy that he's beefing with the whole time, that guy gets typecast too.
that's like the white
The
gangster
lead,
dude.
yeah, the lead white asshole, fucking bad guy.
Yeah.
You know who gets typecast fucking terribly, which is I think they're just doing it for the meme now. Is this guy like I think his name's Hector Vasquez, and in every single fucking show he's in, his name is Hector, and he's a Spanish guy. He's like a Spanish like gangster in every single show he's in and movie, and he's always the same fucking character. He's always named Hector.
Hector Vasquez.
I think he's Hector in Fast and Furious.
You
Fucking
mean Giancarlo Esposito?
oh, isn't that a fucking baseball player?
No, he's a fucking actor. Oh, Hector from the first Fast and Furious. He always
Yeah,
plays like a cholo. Yeah.
and his name is Hector in every fucking movie. If you go to the IMDb page, he's Hector fucking
Now,
Vasquez or something in every single fucking movie.
now that is being typecast. That
But it's
is
like
like a
almost it's a
textbook
meme at this
definition.
point though, because like they didn't even give him a different name in any of the movies. He's always Hector.
Another guy who's typecast, who I actually think is a pretty decent actor, but he gets typecast is oh my god, Ant-Man, the Mexican dude.
Paul Rudd. Oh,
No,
Michael Pena.
yeah, he's always like the goofy Mexican dude.
Although he
Every
was really
movie.
good in Shooter, I thought.
Shooter's a terrible movie.
I thought he was really good in that
Mark Wahlberg, another guy with zero range.
movie.
The only time he ever showed range was in the movie Fear, and that was fine. That was good. That's one of his best movies. But then he's just like, you know, the brawny gangster tough dude from the
He's
streets.
fucking goofy sometimes and gets it over his head, but always finds a way out. Yeah.
Got all these fucking robot cars. What are we
Like
gonna do about
Pena,
these
fucking
robot cars?
big big Scientologist too.
Is he?
Yep. Him and Tommy Cruise.
No, he says he stays prayed up, dude. He's a Catholic.
Scientologist. I saw something about it.
There's no way. Every single Sunday, he posts on Instagram saying he's prayed up with the pray hands. That's Catholic,
You can
brother.
pray on fucking Sunday if you're a Scientologist too. You're just not praying to the same people.
I don't think Tom Cruise is saying prayed up on Sundays, dude. That
Chet
guy's
Hanks
thinking
stays
about,
prayed up.
huh?
Chet Hanks stays prayed up.
Oh, definitely. It's white boy summer, baby.
You know, now he's moved over to fucking the Muslim religion.
Oh shit! It's white boy Muslim summer. Let's go.
Something like that. He posted something on Instagram with the prayer rug and everything. Like,
Inshallah, brother Hanks.
that's fucking wild.
Oh boy.
Yep. Shout
Well,
out to fucking movies.
yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, now that my fucking heart's been ripped out of my chest and thoroughly shat upon, thanks, Buster Celtics. I guess I got nothing else but movies to hold me over until fucking September,
Waking up
August.
when September ends.
Even preseason football, I get horny for. I'm like, oh yeah, we're close. We're close, baby.
Maybe I'll actually watch some football this year. I don't know. Maybe. I didn't watch any last year.
You never watch football.
It just doesn't interest me. It's not fun to watch for me.
Oh yeah, the number one sport in the country you live in doesn't interest you.
I mean, the number one country in the world is soccer. You've been watching a lot of
The
soccer.
number one country in the world is soccer.
What sport in the world? Hey, if soccer was a country, I think a lot of people would fucking go there.
Oh, it'd be the most
Well,
populated
suck.
country on the planet.
But yeah, number one sport in the world. I don't see you watching a lot of soccer.
I just told you I got heavily into the EPL.
You said you don't like it anymore.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't fucking have time to wake up at 5:30 in the morning on a Saturday. I'd rather sleep in now.
I got other shit to do on Sunday than to watch fucking Patriots. Like,
No, you don't.
I do fucking sleep.
They don't play until 1 p.m. You sleep until 1 p.m. on Sunday often?
I wish.
Exactly.
I haven't been able to sleep past like 8 o'clock in the morning for the last like 3 weeks. Fucking blow my brain.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
Yeah, I rest and take a nap at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday because it's about as enjoyable as watching the Patriots.
No, it's going to be a good year, buddy. Strap
That's
in.
why I was thinking about watching. You know, I was
Yeah.
thinking about it. I mean, I want to see this fucking new tackle we got from LSU.
Will Campbell.
Yeah, he's a fucking Bayou boy. He was talking about hunting out back of Gillette already, just like David Andrews used to do.
No
That's what
more
David
him.
Andrews used to come into fucking what used to bring turkeys back in. You go hunting before practice and you bring turkeys in.
Yeah, so would Aaron
Can't bring this
Hernandez.
shit in here.
Different type of hunting they're doing though.
What's up?
So did Aaron Hernandez, but just a different type of hunting behind Gillette.
Shout out to Aaron Hernandez.
Nope. Shout out to his kid. But that's all I got, bud. I think we should end it here. It's been an hour.
Yeah, I think they got more fucking movie talk than they got Celtics talk.
Well, yeah, there's no fucking nothing going on with the boys in green.
That's what it
But
is.
it is what it is. This has been the Banner Report. That's been Steve. This has been Cody. Shout out to Jacob. Feel better, buddy. We
Feel
we
better.
we, we wait for you on the. We'll be
I'll see you on the other side, Jacob. Me and
yeah.
you.
We're waiting for your return to the Banner Report. Um, thank you for watching.
Feel better,
Go
Jason.
C's. Feel
Love you.
better, JT and JP.